never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
What's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy Dan, and this is the Bad Blood PLE review. I was fucking highly entertained. I love this. After the most disappointing go-home show for SmackDown, I enjoyed this PLE. I really enjoyed this PLE. So, let's talk about it. Let's get to it. So, about 3 weeks ago, they did the old Roman and Cody mini movie. Well, they continued that, but this was a funny one with Triple H and Cody. And it says back in July, they're meeting up like they're meeting into a secret CIA type, espionage thriller movie. He hands him over a vanilla envelope and it says classified on it. And Cody opens it and he goes, "Bad Blood. I'm in." This was entertaining to me. The funniest part of this, he said something. Cody's like, "So what do you want?" He goes, "I'm gonna need you to go do some recon and some, a stakeout." And he goes, "What do you want me to do?" He goes, "Just sit in a car and watch." He goes, "Not every mission can be finishing your story, Cody." Fucking died. I thought that shit was hilariously done. It was really, really, really done well. Really. Let me get this mic out of the picture right quick. Okay. Whatever. Then, we opened up the show with these three. They really didn't say that much, but it was pretty good. I mean, they all look good in red. Yeah. They showed everybody, there's Mike and there's Goldberg. Jacqueline was in the house. Lillian Garcia was in the house. Booker T was in the house. Paul Ellering was in the house. Believe it or not, Mickie James was there. There was a bunch of people out in the front row. It was a good thing. They also did a little promotion for the new Dragon Ball game with Xavier Woods before he turns heel. And so they're helping it out. A little bit of up, down, down for you. We start the night. They do a vignette about CM Punk and Drew. And, it's just a rehash. And then they lower the cage. Drew comes out. Kinda no pop. Not gonna lie. Punk's pop was humongous. Not from his music. They let his music play for just a second. He comes out. And then as soon as they see him, the pop comes. He does his normal, it's clobbering time. Place went nuts. He goes and enters the end. I thought this was pretty cool. CM Punk defeated by Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. Defeated Drew McIntyre at Best of Berlin. 5th career Hell in a Cell match. He is 2-2 inside a Hell in a Cell. He last competed in WWE in Atlanta in February of 2013. So they're on this whole nostalgia tour with Punk, and I'm enjoying it. Punk got bloody first. This was mainly at the beginning of the match. Drew was in the dominant force in this. He was. Punk was getting into some offense. He was getting some defense too, but it was mainly controlled by Drew, and Drew made him bleed. Drew hit him with some of the worst claymores I've ever seen. Like, not mean by a bad claymore. I'm talking about like, ooh, that's gotta hurt claymore. This match went fucking 42 minutes. No shit. The entrances and the ring time, 42 fucking minutes, guys. That's a lot. And for people who can't say that Punk can't go in the ring, he has no gas tank. Kind of shows he does. Just saying. Punk pulls up a toolbox, busts his tree over the top of the head, and Drew starts bleeding profusely. He is bleeding. A couple times in the match, the ref was trying to wipe away the blood from him, and Drew was like, "Get the fuck away from me!" Yeah. Drew was throwing. They had wrenches, and a lot of people are comparing this to the Hangman and Swerve cage match that just happened not too long ago, and I was like, no. I see where you're trying to draw comparisons because Punk was in AEW, but just fucking stop it. That's just a stupid thing. It's different. CM Punk about murdered fucking Drew, though. Drew ripped off part of the table, and it's part of the legs, and there's that one piece underneath that does like that, so that way when he hit it, the legs would do it. Well, when he did it, look at this shit, right here. That's the table. This piece right here is a metal bar, and he barely missed his face. CM Punk tried to murder. He said, "Yeah, I was gonna try to murder you." He did. Drew picked out these fucking beads and poured them all over Punk. Punk hit him. Punk got up, wrapped chain around. Oh, that was a hard spot too. Punk was not. He was physical, but he wasn't a lot physical. At one point, Punk wrapped the chain around his knee, gave Drew to go to sleep, and 1, 2, and 3. CM Punk won this Hell in a Cell match. I was highly fucking entertained, not because just CM Punk's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I'm like he's like in my top 5. Okay, I love CM Punk. Follow him his whole career. I like Drew McIntyre. I love this feud. I hope they take a hiatus from it for a little bit, but eventually it's going to come back around. It's going to. I was kind of happy that they let Punk have this. He needed it. Drew didn't need it. Punk needed it. Punk needed a couple W's underneath his belt to seem legitimate. And this match, say right here, is his road to WrestleMania. I don't know if they're going to put him in the Royal Rumble or not, but we're going to see Punk versus whoever has the belt. It's going to fucking happen, and I'm happy about it. I'm glad Punk's doing well in WWE. He's shutting a lot of haters down. He's shutting the critics down too. They're saying he's accident prone, he's injury prone, and I was worried about that coming in this match. I really was, but I think these two guys put a lot into this match. And I'm telling you this was the match of the night. Actually, the bookend matches. This one, and then the end of the PLE was, of course, the Cody Roman. They put the best 2 matches at the middles. It was really, really well done. I enjoyed it. Hats off to both these competitors, because Drew got his shit in, but Punk got his shit in too. And they did it very bloody, and I fucking loved it. Punk, he did collapse on his way up. They brought an oxygen mask over and then tried to like bring over a gurney or whatever. He ripped the mask off because I just want to call my wife. I understand that completely. Usually the first person I call after something happens is my fiance. So I get that. I get it a lot. Next, we got we had a tweet go out by Paul Levesque saying that some game-changing news is about to happen, aka he's trying to be Tony Khan, because it was just like Tony Khan. He comes out to a huge ovation. He gets in the ring. He's talking about Riyadh, Crown Jewel, where I'll show you the belt in a second. He undoes a belt and then said, from now on, at this event, you're going to have your World Heavyweight Champion and your Undisputed Champion, and they're going to face each other at this event every year going forward. Neither belt will be on the line, but this will be. So basically, this is a Andre the Giant Battle Royal trophy. It's a Crown Jewel Greatest Royal Rumble Championship like Braun Strowman had that we've never seen ever since again. But this belt is humongous. And there's a male and female version. So every year at Crown Jewel, it's just going to be like you're going to go against. Whoever is the better champion wins the belt. This was just to make money, period, for Crown Jewel. This was also to hype up Crown Jewel. This was a Vince thing where he was getting so much money from the Prince and all this other stuff. And to me, it's a title that means nothing. It really doesn't. This is Survivor Series, but with a belt, and it's in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a big deal. I get it. But at the same time, why do we need a special belt? And look at this fucking belt. It's coming up. I didn't get a couple good screenshots of it, but look at this thing. And this thing has given me very, very, so one side has the both sides look like that on the side plate, and then the main plate kind of is reminiscent of Lucha Underground's heavyweight belt and AEW's belt. But he said there was like over 50 karat diamonds on this thing and rubies and jewels. It just, honestly, I don't really give a shit about this belt. I don't think any of the fans will. Gunther came out and, let me go back. Gunther came out and goes, I see that Goldberg's, and he's like, I want to clarify something. And he goes, I told you that, you know, you were the best wrestler of all time to Bret Hart. And he goes, I have to admit something. I'm going to lie. Because you're not the best wrestler ever. I am. And he said some shit, and I think Goldberg didn't hear it. And his son Gage reigned over and said it. And then Goldberg got up and was like, motherfucker. You could hear him cussing. He head toward the ring. And Gunther's laughing his ass off. And Gunther goes, he called him a one-trick. He goes, you're a one-trick pony. He goes, your matches lasted less than 3 minutes. He goes, you hit your head on the door. You come out. You spear. You jackknife. 1, 2, 3. It's a 3-minute mark. And then when this happened, he goes, don't. He goes, that's okay. Come on, Goldberg. I got 3 minutes I could spare. Shit fucking had me dying. It was hilarious from Gunther. Heel heat. Sammy came out. No one even noticed. No pop. And started beating Gunther down. Why? It wasn't. I'm just not a fan of Sami Zayn right now. Then they went up to the skybox. All the hosts were there. Mickey James up there. And if you look in the background, Jay is in there partying. It's hilarious. So it was pretty funny. I thought that was funny. Next, the second match of the night, which I'm going to go ahead and say this. Every match after the Hell in a Cell was a little cold in certain spots. I will tell you, I would have thought that Punk and Drew match would have been like one of the high wanted value, the last one. And I would say both the Judgment Day, and this is the match I said that was going to be my bathroom match. My go take a break and smoke a cigarette match. And it basically was. This thing was a botch fest. I went back and watched it. This thing was so bad. So bad. Well, I don't really blame Bayley for it. I blame Jax. And she was trying to do some new shit. They were trying to be like, you know, the it factor. I mean, it's going to be hard to follow up that Hell in a Cell match. And then when you put these two in there, the next one, the crowd was dead. The crowd was fucking dead. None of them got a pop, nothing. They tried everything. And at one point, Bayley hit Nia. She fell on top of the referee. And then Tiffy came out. She hit Bayley twice with the case. She knocked the case out of her hand, pushed her back. Nia was on her back, just looking up at the lights, pretty much out. And this bitch, all right, so the referee picked up the case to hand it back to Tiffany. And this Nia did a damn Undertaker sit-up. She was like, what? And all she saw was Tiffy with the briefcase with the referee. And she freaked out a little bit. And she was trying to explain herself. Bayley hit Nia into Tiffy. Tiffy rolled out. They fought for a little bit. Tiffy tried to... Sorry, it's late, guys. Tiffy tried to hit her with the case. Didn't work out for her. But Nia did her I'm going to sit on you splash. The Annihilator splash, I guess. It should be called murder. And retained. She retained. The next match was Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. This was a decent match. I'm a huge fan of both the guys. Finn Balor, to me, ever since he had to vacate the Universal Champion. He was the very first Universal Champion, and less than 24 hours later, he had to give it up for injury. And he, in my opinion, Finn's one of those guys who probably doesn't need a belt, but it would be nice to see him more than just a tag team champion, which he is. I would love to see Finn go back and be able to at least compete for a heavyweight belt without any fuckery. It's like KO. Finn, it's hard for Finn not to have a good match. His opponent they have to suck. He's at that level now where people understand this guy's like a 20-something year veteran now, right? He started so young. I love Finn. Damian, they went back and forth. It was not a bad match. There was some fuckery with the Judgment Day, but DP actually got the win, which I was okay with. The next match, which was funny to me, was the custody battle. Dom was in a shark cage above the ring. It was Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Heavyweight title. And to be honest, I was looking forward to this match more than I was the Damian Priest match. There was 4 matches I wanted to watch. This is number 3 of those, because we damn sure know it wasn't Jax and Bayley match. Just saying. But stipulation was Dom had to be in a shark cage, and he lifted above everything else. This match was good. Rhea got some stuff in. Liv got some stuff in. I was very surprised that they let Liv look like an actual real threat. Yeah, it was back and forth for a long time. Long time. Yeah, she did a fucking amazing code breaker too, by the way. That was awesome. Dom got the cage open, and then while they were underneath fighting, he fell out. And he got caught with a chain around his foot, which, come on, we all knew that was planned. Rhea went to the referee when she was counting out, and she goes, "I need you to stop. Look at me." He's like, "Yeah." She goes, "I got some unfinished business to take care of right quick. I'll be right back." And the ref goes, "I understand. Do what you got to do." Really? Everyone loves mommy. She grabs a kendo stick. She starts hitting Dominik like he's a fucking human pinata. It was great. But then a returning Raquel Rodriguez came out, and she helped Liv win this match. It was a disqualification match. It was bad. Raquel, it did help her win. Gave her a belt. They helped Dom up, and then they left. It was a good gimmick match. It was the third run-in match of the night. So you had 3 run-ins out of 4 matches so far. I have a 5-match PLE. The next one was the final. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes. Solo and Jacob came out. They get down to the ring, do the ones, and then they started getting surrounded by a marching band. And Jacob and Solo was like, "What the fuck?" And then they started playing Cody Rhodes' song, and they were totally off key. They were not together. Cody's music really hit then. They continued to play with it. Cody came out with his Triple H wannabe skull mask with wings on it. He's doing this for PLEs. Don't know why. I'd rather see the Cody Vader, the elevator, but you know, he got a good pop. He did. Yeah. Then as soon as everyone went nuts, Roman's music hit, and this man came out and did the one to the sky. He has abs, people. We know he lost some weight when he was doing this. He lost his belly, but now he's actually got fucking abs. I was like, okay, somebody's been in the gym working the workshop. Roman and Cody had some moments in this match. And the first one is they're in the ring. And, oh my God, this shit's hilarious to me. Cody's like, I'll go first. And Roman's like, are you sure? He kept going, are you sure? Positive? Are you sure? He goes, I know I said I'd have your back, but you told me to have your back. He goes, I need you to have mine, but you want to start the match. It was just hilarious. His facials were so hilarious during this entire process. Roman just was, honestly, Roman was like there. He was like, all right, what the fuck ever. Go back and forth. As soon as Cody did give the match to the tag to Roman, the place went nuts. Roman got some good offense in. It was a back and forth. The power struggle was there. Everyone got back and forth. It was nothing. Then Cody goes after Jacob. He gave his motherfucker like 3 super kicks. He gave him the crossroads. He just would not stay down, and Corey Graves just said something else. Cody rammed him through the barricade. And Michael Cole was like, oh, it's complete man. They destroyed everything. And then he's like, I don't see him. And he's got to be out. And he's like, are you blind, Cole? He goes, that son of a bitch is up and moving around and throwing chairs at Corey Graves. I love you. That was hilarious to me. Cody gives him a crossroads, a couple super kicks, push Jacob on the thing. Remember, Jacob jumped off the top rope onto the table, and that's what hurt his leg. So Cody got up there, and he looks back at Roman and goes, and he said this, you can hear it out in the crowd. You got the rest of this? I got some shit to take care. He did it like that, and he did. He jumped and he went through the table. And then as Solo was beating the shit out of Roman, the Tongans did come out. Roman supported them, but he still got attacked. They didn't really put his hands on. Solo did. Then we have a ninja. He just fucking appeared. And the way he was standing with the bandana on his face, everyone was like, you heard them in the back, Jimmy. All right, pause. Jimmy should have been in this match. This should have been a Jimmy and Roman match, not a Cody. I get they're trying to do a story. Honestly, justice for Jimmy. I love Jimmy. And super kick to both the Tongans. Takes the jacket off. And it's fucking Jimmy, baby. Look at that. He was so... everyone was going nuts. And he had a shirt on that says, they not the real ones. I just ordered that hoodie. I did. Because it's a double disc. They not the real bloodlines and the Kendrick Lamar song. They not like us. They not the ones. Cry about it. Because that shit was funny. Jimmy helped Roman win the match. And everyone's like, oh, he's going to turn... He's not going to help Roman. People don't understand. He was with Roman at WrestleMania. The next night on Monday Night Raw is when Solo attacked Jimmy. And it was not on orders of Roman. It was orders on whoever was in charge, which we know who was in charge. But, so, of course, and Roman goes, we good? And Jimmy's like, I'm here for you. You're my tribal chief. I'm here for you. And they hugged it out, and it was a good moment. The only thing I wish is because, here's the thing. They're in Atlanta, Georgia. The Rock's there doing a movie. And something else for a school shooter, like memorial. And then Zilla was there. Tama Tonga was there. Jay was up top. So all the family were there. They were actually in the building together. All of them were in the back together at one point. And so I figured, if they were still getting beat down, Jay would have come to help because of his brother. Didn't say it. Didn't happen. After the match, Cody's like, we good? Roman's like, yeah, we'll be all right. He told him and Jimmy to get out there. Then the bloodline starts attacking Cody as Jimmy and Roman are going up the ramp. And Jimmy's ready to go. He's like, I'm with you, but we need to go. And Roman goes, give it a minute. Roman was debating on helping Cody. He didn't have his back. Until he looked at And Jimmy was like, I'll do whatever you want me to do, but if we got to go, we need to go. And Roman goes, gave him that, and they both started running to the ring. They cleared house. All 4 members of the new bloodline were beat down by the OG bloodline. Roman picks up the title, was staring at it very, very, very hard, hands it to Cody. And then the music hits. The final boss music hit. And he had that fucking People's Championship around his thing. And he didn't say not one fucking word. And it was a good pop. It was a big pop. Everyone loves The Rock. They love him. Who doesn't love The Rock? I don't like The Rock. I'll say it 1,000 times. When I was in high school, he was my guy. Him and Stone Cold were my people. But he only wrestled for fucking 5 years, so I don't want to fucking hear anybody say he was one of the best wrestlers ever. I mean, I fucking wrestled for 5 years, and 3 of those years he was off doing movies. Just fucking saying. And then he counted, goes, and did it like that, and he goes, 2, 3, boom, boom, and then went. Basically, he was looking at both Roman and Cody like, you're fucking done, son. I was waiting on somebody to join him. So I didn't get the pictures from it, but Instagram, Rock put out his video, and he was walking through the back, and he was just talking his shit, his ish. He goes, I'll tell you what The Rock feels. The Rock will tell you what he feels when he's ready to tell you what he's going to do. Or that. He goes, he walked by all these buses when he goes, look at who's staring at me. He goes, it's one of my best friends. Let's get a beer. Stone Cold was behind him. He turned around. He goes, one of my childhood heroes. I love this man. And it's Dusty Rhodes. And he goes, but I fucking hate his son. And I was like, okay. We know what's coming. It's going to be the Rock and Cody show. Roman will end up facing him probably at WrestleMania. Or it might be even Cody. Then I was watching the press conference. I didn't do any pictures for that. It was just not. It was just not. It was not worth me sitting through there and taking pictures of it. Sorry. Oh my god. And I just turned on the TV to look at what time it was, and YouTube has JD from New York on. So basically, Cody didn't make the back. Triple H's interview, I'll talk about that stuff on the pod. I'm not gonna do that on this video because I don't want to be at it too long. Because we're already sitting at we're already probably sitting around 30 minutes. Going to be for this video. So after that, we get Instagram stories start hitting up, and I get a Twitter video sent to me, and it's a thing of Cody and KO outside behind his bus, talking back and forth, and KO hits him and starts beating the shit out of him. KO just beat down Cody Rhodes outside, gets in his Lamborghini, and drives off. So that was the review for Bad Blood. Well, that's what happened. As far as what's going on, here's the picture of KO and Cody. He hit him, he was beating him down, and they pulled him off. So, yeah, Cody turned on, KO turned on Cody. He's no longer Cody, he's no longer KO, Kevin Owens. He is now back to Kevin Steen, people. Kevin Steen is now in the WWE, because that's some shit Kevin Steen would do. Ring of Honor, sorry. My thought process on this whole thing was I did not enjoy SmackDown. Thought it was the worst go-home show ever. It's one of my worst performing videos on my channel. I just checked a while ago, looked at the views. It's not even over like 10. Because in the title it says the worst go-home show ever. People don't like negativity, but I was being honest. So I'm going to go said this, and I'm going to say it loud here. Bad Blood was a 10 out of 10 for PLE for me. Only one match didn't deliver, and that was the Nia Jax and Bayley. My number one match was the Hell in a Cell with Drew and Punk. That got a 10 out of 10 from me. The Nia and Bayley match got a 3 from me. The next match, Balor and Damian Priest, I gave it pretty much. It was a 6. It was all right. 5.5, 6. The Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. I enjoy the match. It's a 6. The final match, I'm going to give it a 7 to 8, that range. It was good. I enjoyed the Hell in a Cell no more. To me, honestly, it being called Bad Blood, I get why they did the 2 bookends, because Hell in a Cell is going to be bloody, and they got bad blood between each other. And also, the Bloodline at the end, they have Bloodline versus Bloodline to a point. So that was kind of bad blood. I get it. To me, the Hell in a Cell match should have went on last, but I'm glad it went number 1, the first one out, because that set the tone for the night, and it was very hard for anyone to come up against that. This was a showing that Punk needed. This show, that match needed to perform. It needed to be a banger. It was a banger. I am so happy for those 2 guys. They did a great job. Nia and Bayley, there's no chemistry there to me. I just don't see it. Finn Balor and Damian Priest, I enjoyed the match, but I've seen it 1,000 times on my TV. Liv and Rhea, I enjoyed it because of this comedic stuff, especially with Dominik up into the cage. I think that was a good entertainment, especially when he fell out and he was hung upside down. They used him as a human piata. I thought that was funny. I enjoyed the match. Again, another run-in. First match, no run-ins. Second match, run-in. Third match, run-in. Fourth match, run-in. Fifth match, run-ins. Every match besides the Hell in a Cell had a run-in. And honestly, I was waiting on Seth Rollins to jump into the ring and curb stomp both of those guys. But I think the PLE delivered as a whole. I give the PLE a 7 overall. Honestly, my match of the night is going to be the Hell in a Cell, not because it's just Punk, because those boys went out there and they worked their asses off, and they deserve it. Both of them do. They both deserve all the praise in the world for that match. They brought back a match and a pay-per-view, not of the PG era. The Hell in a Cell is not supposed to be just no blood and punchy. Honestly, I'm surprised that Punk didn't fall through the cage or pull the Shane McMahon and jumped off the side of it. I'm very surprised at that because Punk loves callback. But it was a great PLE. I was actually pleasantly surprised, and I was highly entertained. So, as always, guys, thank you guys for coming out and watching the videos, especially this one. I know this one's a little longer, but it was a long night. It was a long PLE, and I appreciate you. So, as always, guys, be good people.